Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited. We're going to be looking at what I picked up during the newest launch from Lisa Eldridge. There's some eyeshadow, some lipstick, some lip liners. So if you're interested in seeing what I got and we're going to try on one of the palettes today, then keep watching. Hey guys, okay, so thank you so much for clicking on my video. I'm excited. I'm a little late to the game, and I'll explain why. Lisa Eldridge recently launched a new product to her line, which was eyeshadow, and everybody lost their mind. And rightfully so. I mean, first of all, everything we've seen from Lisa Eldridge has been amazing. So far, what we've seen from her are lipsticks, which is what she's primarily known for, lip liners, lip glosses. We have highlighters and cream blushes and foundation, and everything so far has been amazing. Well, in this launch, she introduced a new product to her line, which were eyeshadows. She had new palettes, new lipstick shades, and I picked up two. So the first palette that I picked up was a Sorcery. This is what the packaging looked like. It's not very big, you guys. You see my hand here? Just to give you an indication, I mean, maybe the size when it's upright of like a Tom Ford quad. It's not very big. And this is what the component looks like. Same matte gold packaging that we see with her lipsticks. But again, tiny, tiny, tiny. So smaller than a Tom Ford quad. And oh, my shade's broken. Wonderful. I'll tell you why I made that face, because this is Sorcery here. You can see that middle green up there is broken. And it looks gorgeous, but honestly, because I received my package so late, I started watching just swatches, videos of people using this palette. You know, I saw some Instagram looks, things like that. I am going to tell you that I'm not that impressed with the shades. And I think that that's kind of what I wanted to mention in our video today, in my video today is, you know, we kind of went in sight unseen. And what I mean by that is, in every single time is we're going to see these swatches on Lisa, who's a lot lighter complected than most of us. And she does have some swatches with deeper complexion models, but it's just with eyeshadow, it's different. Like, that's why eyeshadow reviews are so big, because you want to see what they look like on different skin tones. My compact is not clicking, so I think it's magnetic, but it keeps opening, and the green is cracked. So I had actually already emailed Lisa's team and I said, hey, I think I want to return this one. I'm just not feeling it. I'll tell you that with green and blue eyeshadow, which happen to be my favorite shadow shades, I have a lot of really good greens and blues in my collection. So I just didn't want to touch it or swatch it, because I did want to return it. I didn't even know that it was cracked. This is the first time that I open it. So I guess my instincts were right on that. The next thing that I picked up is the Muse palette. Now, if you've been around my channel for a little while, I think you'll be surprised, because I tend to stay away from softer color stories or even neutrals, and I really like the color. But this time, for whatever reason, it was the way that she swatched this palette. I just don't have any peachy tones like that in my collection, and I thought, you know what? This is the one that I want. So this again looks the same. We've got the LE for Lisa Eldridge there. And these are not cracked, so that's good. And that's what the palette looks like there. And to be honest, you guys, it was this shade here, this one here, that got me. And I may have similar shades, but for whatever reason, when I think of Lisa Eldridge, I always think lipstick, you know, and I have a lot of her lipsticks that are bolder colors, you know, reds and deep berries and dark chocolate browns. And so I thought, you know, if I could pair it with a really light, classy palette of hers, I could wear any bold color. A lot of the times I will resort to wearing nude lipsticks because my eye color is just so bold. So that's why I was attracted to this, and it's not something that I would typically choose, but I'm very excited about this one. I don't think I mentioned yet, but the palette retails for $68. So definitely in that luxury price point, but I mean, her brand as a whole is. I'll swatch this in just a minute. And then what else I picked up were the Sorcery lipstick and the lip liner. I do have a reel up on my TikTok and Instagram, so if you want to go check that out, definitely go do that, but I will use it today as well, so I'm excited about it. I'll tell you that the undertones in this lipstick are really, really nice. I wanted to take a second to talk about Lisa's customer service team, because Just like her products, her customer service is incredible. So I placed my order and I was going so fast. I honestly thought there was so much hype about these eyeshadows. I didn't want them to sell out. And I forgot to get a blister pack for the foundation. So I just messaged them on Instagram because they always respond to my posts and stuff like that. So I said, oh my God, I forgot to put in my foundation blister pack request. I've been wanting to try her foundation. And I told them what range I was in, and they're like, oh, no worries, give us your, they didn't even ask me for my order number. Actually, they didn't ask me for my order number. They just said, don't worry about it, we'll put one in there. And I was thinking, there's no way. There was so much commotion the day of the launch, they'll forget. It's fine, I'll get it next time. They did not forget. It was in there. Now, I did pay for expedited shipping, and I'm still here, the last one in line, the last one at the party for the collection video to launch on my YouTube. And that's because, for whatever reason, again, too much commotion on the day of launch, my shipment didn't even go out until Saturday. And so I got it yesterday, which yesterday was Monday the 21st. And so I didn't ask for a refund or anything, but I said, hey, can you update me on the status? I paid for expedited shipping. And they said, oh man, I'm so sorry. Like, for whatever reason, it didn't go out. And they immediately refunded me my shipping cost. So I very happy about that, just how responsive they are and how quickly they were able to resolve my issue. So again, with the Sorcery Palette, I told them that I wanted to return it, and they immediately responded and said, if you want to return it, no problem. This is how you return it, whatever. At the time, I just said that I didn't want it, but now that I know it's cracked, I haven't touched it, so I have a good reason. So there are a lot of reviews on the Sorcery Palette, which I feel like it was one of the most popular ones. So if I find some good ones, I'll pop them in the description box below so you can go check them out, so that if that's what you're looking for, you can find that. But today we're going to use this Muse palette. I don't ever do my foundation first, but I did today because it was such a light color story. I should be just fine. So let's start with swatching this baby. So the first shade that we have is a Tea Room. You can barely see it there. And it's a velvet shade, and it's described as a soft pink apricot. Ooh, I mean, that immediately showed though. Okay. When she says velvet, she means velvet. So that first shade is Tea Room, Velvet, Shadow Formula, Soft Pink Apricot. The next one is Tomorrow's Party. It's a metallic shade, and it's a burnished warm rose. It doesn't feel like a metallic. It honestly swatches and feels like the Natasha Denona cream to powder formula. That's so interesting. It's beautiful, so I'm not complaining, but it does not feel like a metallic. Okay. So I think that they popped these in wrong, because I was like, wait, I'm confused. I think they popped them in wrong. So this is how they have them. And then it gives you the shades on the back of the box. And it called this one, the box says that this one's Tomorrow's Party, and so does the palette. The palette on the back says that this is Tomorrow's Party, but this is not Tomorrow's Party. This is the Vintage Mulberry, and it is also a velvet. So this is Vintage Mulberry. It's just, the shadows are in the wrong space, but we can pop them out. So I'm sorry. So this one was Tea Room, a soft pink apricot. And then the next one that I swatched was Vintage Mulberry, also a velvet shade. And it's a deep plum brown. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. The next one I'm assuming is Taffeta Fan. This is a luster shade, and it's a delicate pearly champagne. Delicate pearly champagne. It's a very thin formula. You know how Sydney Grace has like the really creamy thick shimmers like this? This one's a very, very light but beautiful. All right, I'm really confused from seeing the shadows online and then seeing them here in the pan, which is which of the last of the outside pinks. So I'll do the middle one next. And this one is the shade Cherubim. Not cherubim, but cherubim. This one's a little powdery in the pan and on my finger, but it's a velvet and it's a muted clay pink. This is the shade I was most excited about. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. absolutely beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. And I'll tell you, the other two velvets weren't powdery in the pan, but this one is, the one at the bottom. Not a big deal. I don't care. As long as it works, it's fine. Okay, so after swatching them, this is the Love in Venice. And the Love in Venice is a luminous shade, and it's rose gold is the description. You can barely see it, but it swatches really pretty, actually. Wow. Now this formula is a little different because when I put my finger in the pan to swatch, it did dip in a little bit. So it's a little softer, but it's gorgeous. And the last one is Tomorrow's Party. This is the metallic and a burnished warm rose. Yep. Perfect description of the shade. So again, not revolutionary, but this is exactly what I was looking for when I picked up this palette. One thing that I was going to say is that she also launched brushes with her collection. I didn't pick any of them up, you guys. If you could see my desk, I literally have nowhere else to put brushes, and I really like the brushes I have, so I skipped out on those. They were quite pricey too, so I'm sure they were wonderful, but I just didn't get them. But I'm going to go in with my rougher number 1, and we're going to go into this shade here, which is Cherubim, the Velvet Muted Clay Pink. I'm a little worried that I did my base first because this does look a little powdery, but so far we're good. No fallout. So this velvet shade, first of all, it's a lot more pigmented than I thought it would be. So yay. But it goes on. Okay, her velvet shade, what she calls velvet shade, feels like a Natasha Denona cream to powder formula, which is one of my favorite. It also looks super smoothing on the lids, so that's always a good thing. That's so beautiful. Literally what I wanted. When I saw her swatch this palette on her video, I was like, that's what I want. Like the most pretty peachy pink on the lid. That's it. Beautiful. Okay, that is so pretty. I mean, honestly, just that alone. And I'm really excited. So I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go into this lighter shade, which is Tea Room, and just diffuse the top. Make sure it's a perfect blend here at the top. Yeah, perfect shade to do that. When I saw her video, I was asking some of the girls, you know, that I talked to about makeup stuff. I was like, is it weird that like all of the palettes look pretty, but the one I'm most drawn to is like the most muted one? I just think the undertones in these shades are so beautiful because it's not normally me, but I am so excited because it's not normally me. I don't have these shades in my collection that much, you know, so that's why I wanted it. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly build up the first shade. Yeah, this is gorgeous. I love it. So when I bought this palette, what I wanted was this. This is literally what I wanted, and just throw on maybe a black eyeliner and maybe a bold lip and just go on my way. But for purposes of the video, I do want to build up and use all the shades. So I'm going to go in with my BK Beauty 207, my little pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Vintage Mulberry, which is the deepest shade there, and just stay very close to the lash line. And try to build up. I'm not seeing anything. It built it up a little bit. You can see where the deepening happened there, but not much. Okay, that built up a little bit. I'm gonna just take the first brush, no shadow. Just get rid of any skipping. I do have quite a bit of fallout here. I don't know. I think it was this last shade that I used. So just want to point that out. Okay, then I'm going to go in with Love in Venice, this luminous rose gold. I'm just going to go in with my finger very, very thin formula. So we'll see how it pays off. That's pretty. So it is like a topper shade, but I didn't want it to change. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, you see that in the camera? It really did transform the shade. I mean, from this one to this one. I kind of like how it was at first, but that one is pretty. Very subtle, but I mean, it catches the light just right. Okay. And in person, it looks lighter to you guys in camera, like you can really catch the glimmer of it. But in person, it didn't change the peach shade that we had laid first. It just gives it like a little luminosity. Ooh, I love it. Before I do my mascara and we move on to the lipstick, I wanted to do the lower lash line. So I think I'm going to go with the last one there. We'll use the champagne shade in the inner corner, but this one's going to be, I think, Taffeta Fan. And I'm just going to take my rougher number 26. It's like a chunky little pencil brush. And just dust it over, nothing crazy. I want most of the focus to be on the look upstairs. But just something to finish it out. Look at how pretty that looks. Now, if you need shade reference, I have a bunch of like popular foundations and what shade I'm in the description box below. You'll have to scroll to the bottom, but it'll give you a good idea how these shadows would look on you depending on how you compare to me with the shades, but that's gorgeous. I did use my Pat McGrath in coffee, so let me finish my mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the eye look. This is exactly what I was envisioning when I bought this palette. So I am so excited. Like, so classy, so girly. Like, doesn't this just embody what I think Lisa Eldridge is all about? This is so beautiful. I'm gonna go in with the last shade, this lighter shade here, and just go in my inner corner just to brighten that up. But I mean, honestly, I even love like how berry it looks. I'm not gonna lie, I could stand for it to be a little deeper, but even the berryness I think is good for fall. As we go into Christmas, I just feel like, I don't know, I'm obsessed with this look. This is what I was envisioning when I bought this little palette. So okay, so there we go. I just finished off the look with a little bit of brightness on the inner corner. Let's move on to lip. I only got one liner, one lipstick in the shade Sorcery. That's the one that spoke to me. I wish I would have gotten Velvet Affair. There's the color there. I have Velvet Affair in lip liner and in lipstick, but I'm running low. So there's the shade there. Look at how pretty that is. Honestly, I feel like Sorcery is the perfect in-between Velvet Affair and Cinnabar, which happen to be my favorite shades from her line. So I'm obsessed with this color already, but that's what the lipstick looks like. It is in the Velvet formula, which again, I love. And there's that. There's a certain berryness to it. That's why and some softness. So that's why I feel like it's a perfect in between Cinnabar and Velvet Affair. So let's go ahead and line the lips. Okay, I did fill in the lips a little. I always do that. I find that my lipstick lasts longer that way. So here we go. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let me pull you out a little bit. I am beyond just like, what's the word? Delighted. Delighted. This is gorgeous. This is exactly what I thought of. As I've said during the video, this is what I was envisioning when I was looking at that launch video that she did. Okay, final thoughts. I'm going to tell you that I feel like from the get-go, my instinct was right. Muse was the palette to get for me. And I'm really excited that I have this color story. Sorcery, I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's the color story and the way that the shades look on people with my skin tone. I'm not drawn to it. And so instead of wasting the product, touching it, swatching it, I'm just going to return it. It happened to be cracked. And so I'm not feeling it. So I want to go with stuff that I love. I have such a large collection that I have to be picky about what I add so that I make sure that I'm using it. You know, this I feel like is going to be a really good, quick go-to look. And it looks so classy, so pretty. I'm obsessed. Lipstick, we already know the Velvet lipstick formula is amazing. The liners are amazing. They have really good lasting power, and I recommend, if you have not tried this formula of liner and lipstick, specifically the Velvet lipstick, it's a must try, you guys. It is so beautiful. It's not drying, and it just looks moussey. It looks different than what a matte lipstick would look like, and I really, really love that formula. I'm going to critique the eyeshadow formula because I have to. It's an eyeshadow palette, and I try a lot of eyeshadow here on my channel, so I really feel like if I didn't share my true feelings, I'd be disingenuous, because Lisa Eldridge gets a lot of love on YouTube. She is extremely popular. You upload a video with the Lisa Eldridge name on it, you can almost guarantee it's going to do really well. That's been the case with me, even as a very small channel. But because I have so many different formulas in my collection, and I have really amazing formulas, not so great formulas, I can tell you that the formula on this is meh. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. It is not the best formula. The Velvet shade is nice. The Luster shade is nice. All of it is nice. I just know that I've had way better Luster formulas or topper formulas. I've had way better Velvet, what she calls Velvet, which is just a very smooth matte formulas, and better metallics. I just have to be honest. It's not a must try if you're really wanting to try it for the formula. Now, if there's a color story that you like, absolutely. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. I just feel that it wasn't the absolute best shadow formula I've ever tried. Now, you guys may have seen one, maybe two videos already on my channel with Odin's Eye, for instance. I have it here. This formula literally knocked it out of the park for me. This formula is incredible, okay? And I try a lot of shadow formula. This formula is incredible. This formula is not, and I'm just gonna be honest. Now, are you gonna be able to get a good, pretty look with whatever color story you went with? Yes, clearly. And I love it because I don't have other shades like this in my collection, but I just needed to be straight up with you guys because it's a lot of money. It's $68 for this small little palette. It is a luxury price. I'd never break down the price per gram because nobody looks at that, to be honest, you know. But yeah, it's a small little palette, $68. It does not, if she wasn't in the price point or category in the beauty space that she is, it definitely would not warrant the price. And even though she's in the luxury space, I just don't feel like $68 is worth your money for this. Unless you absolutely want to try it, you know, for the color story. Don't try it for the formula because you won't be that impressed. So those are my final thoughts. I got to keep it real on this channel. You guys know how I roll. But that being said, I'm extremely happy with my purchase, extremely happy with the shade. And I really want to try the foundation, but I hear mixed reviews on oily skin. I think that if it was ever going to work for me, it would work during the winter because my skin's dried down quite a bit. But what are your thoughts? Do you have oily skin? Have you tried her foundation? Does it work for you all year or just during the winter? Let me know, please. That would really help me out. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you didn't take it as negative because it's not. I absolutely love Lisa and her team, her channel, everything. But I have to keep it real, and I hope that's why you guys come here. So thank you guys for watching. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you're on those platforms. It's a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!